Hey everybody, and welcome to another one of my Rouslin's 3-Ball, and I'm your host for this little short form video, Jason Rouslin. Find me on Twitter at DFS Golfer23. And in this short form video, what I do is I give you just a couple of tidbits of information about this week's event. Then I go into my bets for the week and for round one, because golf sweats are just the best, aren't they? So why not get the fun started right away? So let's jump right in and learn about this week's Rocket Mortgage Classic. It is played at Detroit Golf Club, a par 72, 7,300 yards, designed by Donald Ross. Last year, it played quite easy. And only 3 of the top 10 in the world are here to compete this week, so a little bit of a change of pace from the previous 2. DraftKings offering $1 million to first, though, so no change of pace there, and FanDuel offering $100K to first. So again, no change there. While SuperDraft gets in on the fun and is offering $4,000 for their big contest over there this week. Let's talk about some withdrawals in COVID-19 positive tests. Dylan Fratelli, Harris English, and Jared Campbell all were in the field, but didn't get priced as such, as they withdrew after testing positive. So they'll be on the shelf for at least 2 weeks. Player comparison and week-long bet here. So now this is a little bit different. If you've been a frequent visitor to this video, you will pick up a few new things. The first one is Adam Hadwin versus Brian Harman. Adam Hadwin is minus 118 in this matchup, and I like that one a lot, as he has made the cut in both starts since returning. 8,200 on DraftKings versus 7,900 on FanDuel versus Brian Harman. 98 and 97 for their FanDuel price. Brian Harman missed the cut at the Travelers last week, so I think that might really affect him. I think maybe the run of good form where he had 2 top 30s in the previous 2 starts might have ended, and Adam Hadwin maybe a little bit better suited for this course. So minus 118, I like that for the week-long bet. Now we go into the group bet, which is a little bit different here than I've been doing. So the group, this is offered on DraftKings. And here it is. The group is Maverick McNeely, Scott Stallings, Kyle Stanley, Matt Wolff, and Nate Lashley. I like Matt Wolff plus 400 here. I just think that's really good value. All of the guys that he's going against are not real star-like players, and we've seen Wolff certainly win a golf tournament in the last year. And we know his pedigree is very good and maybe just in a little bit of a slump, so a good place to break out of it. Obviously, he feels that he's got a chance to break out of it because he was not supposed to be in the field but was a late add, so wanting to get some reps in. Kyle Stanley, however, missed the cut at the RBC, but a nice bounce back last week at the Travelers, 21st, while Maverick McNeely has made both cuts to start the year. So really playing for Matt Wolff's upside in this plus 400 matchup. And looking maybe for the other guys maybe to get through to the weekend, but not beat him there. And plus 400 seemed like pretty good odds. So it's my first time doing a group bet. I'll keep track, of course, how I do. And how it ends up working out. But this one just caught my eye, and like to get a little sweat on, of course, too. Okay, so now we're going to go into some week-long bets, finalize on that. Last week, I had a Doc Redman paid for 6-1 on the top 20 and almost a 12-1 on the top 10, but he just missed it. As you can see there on the left-hand side, season totals. My week-long bets this week, Sam Burns, 6,700 on DraftKings, 8,500 on FanDuel. Top 20 through win odds is 5-1, 10-1, 20-1, and 125-1 to win. Aaron Wise, also kind of similar player to Sam Burns, 6,800 and 8,600. 5-1, 11-1, 22-1, and 135-1 to win. Lastly, Kevin Chappell. I watched him play in the featured groups with the Jason Day last week, and it seemed like his form was coming around a little bit. So I thought 200-1 to win in this type of field might be a little long for Kevin Chappell. 66 and 7,900 for his DFS prices. 7-1 on the top 20, 14-1 on the top 10, 33-1 on the top 5, and like I said, 200-1 to win. All right, let's go into some round one bets. Let's look at the head-to-head first. I just mentioned Sam Burns. He is plus 120 versus Brandon Grace, who just doesn't seem to quite have it, and Sam Burns is playing pretty well. His tee to green game last week was very good. Secondly, Doc Redman. He is minus 124 versus Zach Blair, who is totally out of form, and Doc Redman is in form and coming to a course where he's got some very, very good memories, so I like Doc Redman minus 124. Last week went 1-0-1, had Tyler Duncan get the win and DeChambeau on the tie. Speaking of Bryson DeChambeau, round one showdown focus, he is only $10,600. $1,100 cheaper than his week-long price, so I like Bryson there. And Matt Wolff, 7,100 back-to-back weeks. I was on him last week, and he proved to be a pretty decent play, had an eagle in there, so I'm going to stick with him until we get that breakthrough. Turn our attention to the three balls. I'm going to use Bryson again here at plus 130 versus Matsuyama and Reed, and Aaron Wise is plus 195 versus Munoz and Kevin Kisner, who is really out of form. Okay, so that will do it for this week's video. I appreciate you all coming, and of course, you might have seen pop on the screen there for a half a second. I'll be doing my model breakdown right after this, where I go into my model, show you what who's rated the best this week and what I provide in it. So until then, and next time, everybody, we'll see you on the other side. Cheers.